Let's bring awareness to our whole body. Whatever the position you're in, seated or lying on the floor, supine or prone, perhaps child's pose. Whichever position you're in, bring full awareness to the shape of the whole body. Awareness on the breath. Invite the breath into the body and see if on the inhale you can fill the shape of your body with breath and fill yourself with breath. And on the exhale, let it go through the nose or through an open mouth. Deep, natural, rhythmic breathing here. Allow the inhale to wash a bit of tenderness across the body, bottom to top. And then allow the exhale to wash along the body, top to bottom. Acknowledgement, spaciousness on the inhale. And surrender on the exhale. Perhaps draw your awareness to any sensations outside the body. Invite the sounds and the aromas into the body. Allow the skin to interact with the atmosphere. Noticing sensations within the body, the beating of the heart, feelings inside, denseness, lightness, tightness, spaciousness, warmth or cool, dampness. We're simply allowing ourselves to be a witness this morning. Witness to anything that may arise. And another 10 or 15 breaths or so. No need to count. If you would like to set an intention for your practice, you may. Something that you can put your efforts toward, something you can come back to throughout your practice. Self-love or love and peace for all beings. Any positive word or phrase that feels just right for you. Last few breaths. Exhales through an open mouth if you'd like, or a fluttering of the lips. And allow movement to come to the body in any way. Awakening perhaps by, if you're prone, you could rock your head side to side. If you're on your back, you could rock your head side to side. If you're on your back, you could draw your knees to the chest and move your shins in circles. If you're on your belly, you can press back at any time through a tabletop to child's pose. So we'll all meet in child's pose on your own time, only when you're ready. Yeah, maybe the arms are nice and relaxed in child's pose, the forearms resting on the floor. So your toes together, your knees are apart to accommodate the torso. The forehead can come to the floor or to a block, and really bring the breath into the back plane of the body and side chest. Expand with each inhale on all four sides. And know that you can come to this pose, this innocent, nourishing pose at any time during your practice to equalize the breath, to scan the body with awareness, to recall your intention, to rest. No shame in rest. And welcome home to your practice and to yourself in this moment. In this delicious moment, we are here right now. We've arrived. And when you're ready for some opening movements, perhaps you'll find a nice gentle flow. You could inhale up toward a tabletop and then lower the body back prone to the floor, and then inhale into a gentle back bend cobra. All 10 toenails ground, lift sternum, head engaged. Exhale back to child's pose. Moment of stillness and repeat. Rising through tabletop and lower down with resistance. Inhale cobra at any time. If you're ready for an upward facing dog, you can take that. Exhale back to child's. Yeah, so 3 to 5 of these. Move at your own pace, warming up the spine. Good, and hold child's pose, full breath. Good, and as you're ready, we'll tuck all 10 toes, feet are hip width or greater, and press back to go up into your downward facing dog. Spread wide between the fingers, the hands are shoulder width or greater. And take any movement here you'd like. You can sway hips side to side. You can paddle the knees. You can lift the heels and then sink them back down. You can lift one leg at a time. Good. And then we'll come to plank, top of a push-up here. And hold. If you need to bring your knees down, you may. Gaze just beyond the front of the mat, soft bend in the elbows, press heels back, slight dog tilt in the pelvis. And then we're gonna lower that right shin down, modified side plank. Left foot moves to standing, left hand to left hip or high. Good, and any variation with that left leg, you can lift it or you could extend that left arm overhead. Pressing into that right hand. Gaze anywhere it's comfortable. Good, inhale. Exhale, back through plank, top of a push-up. Inhale here. Exhale, left shin down, right foot moves to standing. Right hand to the hip or high. You can lift that right leg and or extend that right arm overhead. Good. Release, inhale, right arm high. Exhale, back to plank, top of a push-up. Inhale here. And then lower down through a flow, knees, chest, chin, or low plank if that's in your practice. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, dog pose. Complete breath. Lift with the gaze. Step or jump the feet forward to the hands. Feet hip width or greater. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, open mouth, fold. Good, inhale, flat back again. Fingertips to the floor, blocks or the shins. Exhale, open mouth, fold. Good, and flat back, inhale again. Last one, hold. Good, and fold. And shake the head yes and no, side to side. Good, and then let's rise with a nice rolled spine. So bend the knees, torso supported by the thighs, shoulders and head heavy. Rising all the way up, sweep arms wide and high. Equal standing, complete breath, weight back into the heels. Sweep arms high, inhale, side bend to the right. Press through both heels, tailbone heavy. Shoulders soft away from the ears. Nice stretch on that left side. Inhale, center, exhale, side bend left. Good, inhale here. Exhale, sink into the hips, Utkatasana, chair pose. Any variation with the arms, biceps by the ears, cactus arms, hands at hips, palms together. Inhale. And then exhale, fold, standing forward, fold. And let's flow through, flat back, inhale. Step or jump, plank, high plank to low plank, knees, chest, chin. Customize your flow. Maybe your flow is a nice and easy cat-cow. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. 2 to 3 breaths, deep, even movements and breaths. Good. Complete exhale, lift the gaze. Step or jump feet forward, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, sink into the hips, Utkatasana again. So we'll take 2 more rounds of this sun salute. Good, complete breath, straight arms, straight legs, arching back and flow through. Customize as you see fit for your body and your energy level, step or jump. Back bend, dog pose. Deep, even breath. Lift with the gaze, step or jump feet forward to the hands, flat back, inhale, exhale, fold. Rise all the way up. Reaching, and then exhale, sink into the hips again. Utkatasana, chair pose. Weight back into the heels, soften the muscles at the base of the neck. Any arm variation. Good. Straighten and fold. Any flow through. Step or jump. Dog pose. Deep, even breathing. Float right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, three-legged plank. Right knee to that right elbow. Press back, three-legged dog. Exhale, three-legged plank. And repeat. Good. And step right foot forward between the hands. And then lower that left knee to the floor. We're going to take low crescent lunge here. So hands at the hips or top of that right thigh or hands high. And a twist here, palms together, left elbow to the outside line of that right knee. Press right palm into left. Hold here, option to tuck left toes, press left heel back to lift the left knee. Good. Release the twist. Shift the hips back for runner stretch. And you may want to bring a pillow or a block underneath that right side. So right hamstring stretch. Flat back hold or fold. Good. Rise, inhale, rock forward, place palms, tuck left toes, sweep that right leg back and up, and then bend that right knee, stack right hip on the left. And then we're gonna bring that right foot forward again, left heel grounds, rise into warrior one. Hands to the hips or high. Clasp and interlace the hands behind you, gently arching back, puff out the chest. Exhale, hold the halfway lift or fold all the way to the instep. Head low, knuckles high. Release, place palms, step back, downward facing dog. Hold here or roll to plank and flow through. Hold dog pose, 2 to 3 breaths. Good. Same sequence, left side, float left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, three-legged plank, left knee to left elbow, press back. Good. Step left foot forward between the hands, right knee down, rise, low crescent. Hands high or hands at hips or to the top of that left thigh, tailbone heavy, abdomen lifting. Good. And then lift a little bit through the lunge to find a prayer twist. Right elbow to the outside line of that left knee. Press left palm into right. Keep that right knee down. Or press that right heel back to lift the right knee. Good. Release the twist and shift hips back. Runners stretch, finding any support along that left side. Flat back, hold or fold. Good. Rock forward, place palms, tuck right toes, send that left leg back and up. Stack left hip on the right, groin stretch. And then bring that left foot forward between the hands, right heel grounds, warrior one. Rise with an inhale, hands to hips or high. Move the Hips and the torso toward that front edge of the mat. Ground the outer right heel. Clasp hands behind you. Puff out the chest. Inhale, exhale, fold. Good. Rise halfway. Plant palms. Step back. Dog pose. Hold here or flow through. Complete breath. Hold dog pose, or by all means, rest in child's pose after the sequence, forehead to the floor, or a block. Movement or stillness in your dog pose if you're still in dog. Good. Back to dog pose. Lift with the gaze, step or jump feet forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose again. And we'll take a twist here. So weight back into the heels. Palms together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. The left elbow braces the outside line of that right knee. Draw left leg back in line with the right. And twist. Left side rib cage toward that right thigh. Good. Inhale, center. Good. And take a forward fold over your two long legs. Maybe peace fingers to the big toes or wrap forearms behind the calves. Legs bent or straight. They're straight. The quads are engaged. Kneecaps lifting. Good. Rise back into a chair pose. Weight back into the heels. And twisting to the left now. Right elbow braces. Press left palm into right. Weight back into the heels. Right side rib cage toward that left thigh. Good. Inhale. Center again. And then exhale. Fold again into a standing forward fold. You could put hands underneath the feet if you'd like. You could clasp hands behind you, head low, knuckles high, shoulder opener. Good, and then rise all the way. Sweep arms high. Exhale, Tadasana. Complete breath, whole body awareness. Notice the effects of the physical practice on the whole body. Good. Then any flow through. Reach arms high, step or jump. We'll meet in downward facing dog. You can always simply step back to dog pose. Good. Float right leg high, step right foot forward, left heel ground. Windmill the arms up and open to your warrior. Two pose. Tailbone heavy, abdomen lifting. Right knee carves forward and slightly wide over that right heel. And if you'd like that movement into the pose, you can straighten through that right leg and then lunge before finding stillness. Palms facing up or down or hands at hips. Good, lengthen, tailbone heavy. Exhale, reverse, left hand to that left hamstring. Float that right arm overhead. And then exhale, side angle pose. Right forearm to the top of that right thigh. Float left arm high and then overhead. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Both hands down to the instep. Toe heel that right foot out to the side. We're going to find our dragon pose or lizard pose. Left knee down or lifted. That right leg can splay out to the side if you'd like. Should be on this side. You can see. You can bring hands to the floor or forearms. Use any support you'd like underneath the body. In movement or stillness, you can shift the hip side to side, Forward and back even. Find stillness. Good. Tuck left toes. Bring that left foot forward to meet the right. Wide squat at the front of the mat. Hips low, elbows to the inner thighs, and press the palms. Reach through the crown. Good. And then mindful of the knees, heels back out, a wider leg forward fold, head heavy. And then we'll find downward facing dog. Feet back in, flat back, step or jump. Good. Inhale, left leg high, left foot forward, right heel grounds, rise up and open to warrior two. And settle in here, movement or stillness. Lengthen, exhale, reverse your warrior. Rise, hold the length, lateral side angle pose. Good, right arm high, then exhale, hands to the instep, toe heel that left foot out to the side, dragon or lizard pose. The right knee can come down to the floor or remain lifted, hands to support or forearms down. Movement or stillness in your dragon or lizard. Really breathe here. Move the breath to any points of tension or holding. Good. Tuck toes. Bring that right leg forward to meet the left. Wide squat. Heels and toes out. Sink the hips. Press the elbows. We're going to take a twist here. Right hand down to the floor, to the block. Float that left arm high. Press that right arm to the inner right thigh. Good. And switch center. Inhale. Exhale. Left hand down. Float right arm high. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, standing forward fold. Heels back out. A wider leg forward fold here. Good. And then rise all the way up. Feet back in. Sweep arms high. Tadasana, equal standing. Arms high again. Inhale. Exhale, opening wide to the side. 5-pointed star. So the outside lines of the feet are parallel. And we're going to move through here, a half triangle, standing half moon, and then full triangle. So pivoting on that right heel, right toes point to the side, left toe slightly in. Palms face forward, tailbone heavy. Inhale, exhale, halfway down into triangle. Just halfway. So that right arm is parallel to that right lead leg. Left, so tailbone to the left heel. And then float that left arm overhead. Slight lift of the chin. Good. And then we're going to keep this direction, left hand to left hip. If you have a block or a book, you can take standing half moon pose. Right hand at a diagonal from the right pinky toe. Float that left leg parallel, left toes pointing out to the side. Press through both heels. Stacking hips and shoulders. Good. And then the classical transition to full triangle. So left hand to left hip, bend that right knee, and with control, guide that left foot back and straighten through that right lead leg for full triangle. Right hand to the floor, to a block, to a shin. The head can be heavy if you'd like, and gaze anywhere it's comfortable. Quads engaged, kneecaps lifting. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, both hands down. Frame that right foot. Pop that left foot a little bit closer. Bowing warrior. Straighten through right lead leg. Right hand can come to that right hip and draw that right hip crease back. Hold the flat back or fold. Bowing warrior. Ground the inside line of the right foot, the outside line of the left. Good. Flat back inhale, float arms behind you, and then down and up to lift the torso. Exhale back to 5-pointed star. Move your block over to the left. Complete breath. Good. Notice the difference between right and left side body. And pivot on that left heel, left toes pointing, palms face forward, halfway in your triangle pose. Just halfway. Really use that abdominal strength to lift. Right arm overhead. Then we're going to keep this direction, rise, and then launch ourselves into our standing half moon pose using any support that you need, wall, block, stacking hips and shoulders, pressing through heels. Good. And then left knee bends, guide that right leg back, straighten through left lead leg, full triangle pose now. The right hand can stay to the right hip or float high. Gaze anywhere it's comfortable. Good, rise. Inhale, and exhale, both hands down, framing that left foot. Pop that right foot closer, shorter stance, bowing warrior. Back of the sacrum level and square, left hand to that left hip and manually drawing it back. Ground the outside line of that right foot, the inside line of the left. Hold halfway, lift or fold. Good. Halfway lift, float arms behind you, and then down and up. 5-pointed star. Good, and then take any wide leg forward fold, any arm variation. Maybe you want to clasp the hands, head low, knuckles high. Maybe you want to bring the hands underneath the shoulders or walk them forward. Yeah, so a good 10 or so breaths in your wide leg forward fold. Flat back, inhale, toe heel the feet a little closer together. Exhale, hands to the hips, rise all the way up. Good. 5-pointed star. Good, and then step or jump the feet together. Tadasana, equal standing, whole body awareness. Option to close the eyes. We're going to find Richardson tree pose. So right standing leg. Use any support you need. Excuse me. Place the sole of the left foot anywhere along the inside of that right leg. And bring everything center. Palms together. Arms high when you're ready. From the navel down, you're grounding through that right heel. From the navel up, you're lifting through the crown. And release. When you're ready, shake it out. Standing left leg, external rotation of that right leg, place foot, find center, bring everything in, hug the muscles to the bone. Float the arms high when you're ready. Soften any facial features. Good. And release. Tadasana. You can sway. Shake it out. Then we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Any flow through. Good. Inhale, plank top of a push-up. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor and find locust pose. Forehead to the floor, hands by the side chest. Lift the legs off the floor. Together and up, and then press into the palms. Roll shoulders back, lift sternum, head, and gaze. Any arm variation. Arms out to the side or forward. You can clasp hands. On the inhale, lift. On the exhale, hold the lift, but soften. Lift. And soften. Lift. And release. One ear down. Complete release the effort. Shake the hips side to side. Move the breath into the back plane of the body. Good. Taking another lift. You can take locust pose again, any arm variation, or if you want to deepen a back bend into a back bend, floor bow. So lifting when you're ready, either locust again or with floor bow, hands reach around to the top of the ankles, draw the shoulders back, press the feet into the hands to lift the thighs, the sternum, the gaze. And again, we're lifting on an inhale. And on the exhale, soften. Lift. Soften. Lift. And soften and release. Lower everything down. Opposite ear down. Shake the hips side to side. Rock the lower leg side to side. Good. Press back. Child's pose or dog pose. Good. Dog pose. Float right leg high. Pigeon prep. Lift that right leg. Bring that right shin forward. Left leg back. Use any support under that right thigh. Maybe a blanket. Press into the hands and then lengthen as you lower. Good. Rise, inhale. Place palms, tuck left toes. Back to dog pose. Float through if you'd like. Good. Good. Left leg high. Send that left shin forward. Pigeon prep on the left side. Lengthen and fold. This side may feel different, and that's okay. Build yourself any support you'd like. You could have thumbs to the bridge of the nose or one ear down. Good. Rise, inhale, and press. Back dog pose. Flow through if you'd like. Final dog pose of the practice. And then we'll lift with the gaze. And we'll step or jump the feet to and through. So we'll find a seat and we'll lift the legs to a boat pose. Either supported boat, hands to the hamstring. The legs can be straight or bent. Nice and broad across the collarbones. Inhale. Good. Small the back to the floor for low boat. So the legs go to the 45-degree angle, nice and straight. The shoulders are lifted, head lifted, hug all the muscles to the bones. You can bend the legs if it takes the edge off and cycle them. Good. And release the effort when you're ready. Knees to the chest and rock the head side to side. Good. Taking any back bending variation here. So if you have a block or a book or a bolster for support, you could find bridge pose with or without the support. Press into the feet, feet underneath the ankles. Really firing up the legs and the glutes. You could clasp the hands together, biceps underneath the body. You could bring a block underneath the sacrum, nice and secure. So you can take a long hold here in a back bend of your choice. Or you could come down and rest. You could take a back bend, a full back bending wheel pose if you have that in your practice. Good. And then finding a simple shoulder stand inversion of your choice, and you have options here. If you have a full shoulder stand and like to take that practice, you may. If you'd like to lift your legs one at a time with the support underneath the sacrum, you may. You could also take this pose with hips secure on the floor. Send the legs long to the ceiling and use a towel or long sleeve shirt or strap to anchor across the ball mounts and draw down. And you can take subtle movements side to side or in circles, allowing fresh oxygenated blood return to the upper extremities. And allow yourself to lengthen the exhales and cool off the body. Downshifting your nervous system. Deep, even breathing. Another 5 or 10 breaths there. Good. If you're in full shoulder stand, you could find plow or ear pressure pose. Last few breaths if you're in the supported version. And then lower one leg at a time back to the bridge. Press feet, remove the support, and track the spine top to bottom and hug knees to the chest. We're going to take a nice supine spinal twist here. T with the arms. Actually, let's take ankle to knee here. This will feel really nice. Right ankle to the top of that left knee. Hands clasp at that left hamstring or the top of the left shin. Or you could even support at the outer right leg and draw in and down. Press right knee away from the right side chest. For those who'd like to deepen a bit, you could take supine pigeon. Hand support at that outer bent right leg. Lifting shoulders and head, right big toe to the forehead. Send the left leg long at the 45. Engage the core. Good. Back to figure four. Inhale. T with the arms. Shift hips right and lower the figure four to the left for a nice spinal twist. An opening sensation at that outer right hip. Piriformis. Right side shoulder, right palm, back of the palm, heavy to the floor. And really expand the breath into the right side ribcage. Good. Inhale, center, knees to chest. And then left ankle to the top of that right knee, figure four. You'd like to deepen, bring that bent left leg closer to the forehead and the forehead closer to that left big toe, and send that right leg long at the 45. Good. Inhale here. Shift hips left and lower that figure four to the left. Spinal twist. Adjust the shoulder blades against the floor. Left shoulder, left palm, back of the palm, heavy to the floor. Gaze falls left. Good. Untwist, knees to chest. And let's find a full happy baby. So you could either separate the shins and draw down, or soles of the feet to the floor. Peace fingers to the big toes, or hands to the outside legs to the feet. Bend the knees deeply, draw down, rock side to side. And consider how you'd like to take your final rest today. Feet together, knees apart is an option, or you could start there. Letting go of any control over the breath. You could find a constructive rest, knees bent, inner knees resting, feet mat width. Or you could find Savasana now or eventually lengthening through the legs. In either resting pose, organize the back plane of the body. So flash the buttocks toward the heels, shoulder blades together, toward the hips, armpits open, palms up, or maybe hands on top of the torso, eyes closed, or keep a soft, subtle gaze. And allow there to be a deep letting go of any effort. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, no one to be. Allow the sensations to wash over the body. Allow the skin to soften from the muscles soften from the bones, and the bones release from each other. And notice the grounding points at the back plane of the body, where the body meets the floor. And physically transfer the weight of the physical body. And physically transfer the weight of any worries, any holding or tension through those points into the earth beneath you, into that little patch of earth beneath you. Let it go. Allow the eyes to rest deeply in their sockets. Smooth all the lines of the face, the forehead top to bottom. And allow there to be a pure white light within the whole body and surrounding it. And hold your intention right at the center of the chest and allow it to bathe in that pure white light. Shavasana. Bring your awareness back to the breath, moving the fingertips and the toe tip. Wrist joints and ankle joints float, arms overhead. Reaching, expanding. And then draw everything in. Knees to the chest, draw in and down, rock side to side. You can rock all the way over to one side if you'd like. For a few more breaths. Directly up to seated. Option to close the eyes, offering up your practice and your efforts with your breath. Palms anywhere it's comfortable. Open mouth exhales as you need. Thank you for sharing your practice. May we all find peace in our minds, in our hearts, and in the world. Namaste Om.